I must confess, my intention is not to inspire you, nor is it drawn on about my self-proclaimed abilities. Now I must concede that I do this with the intent to separate myself from the competition. I'm not really much for self-flattery, because that's below me. I've read much of the Greeks to know what a hindrance ego can be, and as such can rise above them, because I am infallible and also better than them. What I also am is capable, humble, and proud. As you can ascertain, my life is a paradox. Everything I speak is contradictory. That's my choice of lifestyle. I attribute my paradoxical nature of being a product of my environment. Some examples of my nature on display are as follows. I rank relatively high among my peers, yet choose to be a SoundCloud rapper. I chose to be brown, yet was born with a white, wide facial scar. I choose to represent the party lifestyle, but can't even partake in it if I wanted to, because my liver would cease functions immediately. I've sometimes questioned why I was born. Now I can't even remember the reason why I did anymore. I live for the reasons beyond myself. I live as an individual. Yeah, I live for the community. It's so obvious, I don't know why I would even question that. So what better place for me than an urban community college? Houston has always been a cultural hearth for the arts, and is nowadays the newest Harlem. Houston is going through a new renaissance, and I would not be a proud practitioner of my profession if I were to miss out on it. Travis Scott once said, "Let your ambitions carry you." I even remember the song, way back. Allow me to reiterate, this is not meant to inspire you. To put it plainly, I'm demonstrating what inspires me. As a Houston-made man who also spent a majority of my life in the suburbs, I can deeply relate to the coming up of a man who is a legend in modern times. I know what you're thinking, this is supposed to be my interview and not Mr. Scott's. The thing is, people like him are a generational talent, and I know that I can get to that level as well. You see, I've never stopped believing in myself. Neither should others. People in my generation think that they could never be the titans of their respective industry. They've already been defeated. My rationale is, if these people believe in themselves too little, then why should I? And rest assured, I will value college enough to stay at least 2 years unlike Mr. Scott. That's mostly because of the degree I'm pursuing. Accounting may seem boring, but I can relate to the art of spreadsheets and balancing budgets with credits and debits. I say that because it's a lot like making music, because producing is just putting sounds on a spreadsheet, and this basic task can be automated and perfected into an art, so why can't accountancy? Additionally, accounting is one of the very few subjects I cannot fully achieve proficiency without a baccalaureate. That is because, as you know, the state demands a fixed amount of college numbers before granting a CPA. The state of Texas won't even allow me to use the title of accounting or bookkeeper until I have it. That explains why I pursued a higher education as the most logical conclusion. Musician, artist, developer, rapper. If you should choose to take on the privilege of having me, HCC will have immortalized his legacy of instructing Eric Roman himself in the art of accountancy, and thus adding yet another title to his portfolio. After all, why should a great go to a school that only accepts what they deem to be greats? Such is the paradox of life. A great is truly great if he goes to a college to lead and excel among all others, to become relevant to the crowd, to compete with even the Ivies themselves, and to give such institutions such legitimacy in the eyes of disbelievers. That's what I can offer you, HCC. What can you offer me?